For the last decade now, I've been involved in helping individuals master their mindset, create calm, inner calm, and external contentment in their lives. And it's really interesting because I've noticed the impact whilst I work with people on an individual basis and about their life, the impact and the flow-on effect that has on their work as well. And it got me thinking, because I've worked in HR for a decade as well before I did the job that I do now. I've written 8 books on this subject. And I feel like there's something we've all missed that now seems quite obvious to me. When we think about human happiness and contentment, it's at the root of everything we do. So if you think of the salary increases we chase and the career progression that we want to make, that's because we want it to make us happy. When you think about the things we talk about in the working environment, whether that's employee engagement, satisfaction and contentment and happiness in our work, whether that's performance, productivity, sickness, absence, wellness, well-being, all of this relates back to how happy are our humans. And one of the aha moments for me was this understanding that happy humans make a better world. And this translates not just into us as individuals and obviously our family. I don't know about you, but when I'm happy, the chances are everyone else around me is going to be happier too, because of how that impacts how I show up. And of course, the same is true for our work. If we have happy employees coming into work, the flow-on effect that has, not just to the teams around them, but our customers, our stakeholders, our clients, our communities, has a massive difference. We know from the research that happier staff are more productive. They take less sickness because they're healthier and happier. So there's that flow-on effect that impacts wellness and well-being as well. So whether we're talking about employee engagement, productivity, retention, we're talking about the same thing. And I think that when, as an organization, when we start looking at how do we make our employees more happy, and this isn't necessarily from an employment perspective of what can we give them? Do we give them salary increases? Do we put a pool table in the staff room? Do we have lunchtime yoga classes for free? All of that stuff, whilst yes, that's good, this is an individual accountability piece, right? So as an employee, I can work for the best organization, but if my life is falling apart outside of that, I've got fractious relationships with my family, I'm not eating the right stuff, I'm not exercising, my mood is struggling, then of course that's going to have a flow-on effect as to when we show up at work and how we show up at work. So when we teach our staff and our employees this happiness advantage, what we then see is the flow-on effect that has, not just for them and their lives and their own well-being, but then what they bring into work as well. So I am super passionate about bringing this into the workplaces, and I've done a lot of work in this space, particularly off the back of my HR career in the employee engagement space. And I think this is the bit we've always missed. How do we help those that work for us become happier so that this benefits their own wellness, their own life? It's a holistic picture that has a flow-on effect in terms of our retention, our engagement scores, the sickness absence rates that we have in our productivity time as well. So when we look at that and the impact that has on the bottom line, this is a business case, if you like, for not just helping our employees have better lives, but also the flow-on effect that has at work. So I believe that happy humans make a better world, and that of course means better workplaces, better productivity, more engagement. And so I believe this starts in the workplace, and the workplaces are well equipped to help everybody learn these skills that benefits not just whilst we're at work, but also into our lives and our relationships beyond that as well.